Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
On October 17th, it was reported that Israel had bombed the southern region of the Gaza Strip, where Palestinians were told to evacuate to last week. Israel's military stated that it was targeting Hamas hideouts, infrastructures, and command centers. The strike was allegedly successful due to reports of a top Hamas commander having been killed. The commander was Ayman Nafal, who was reported to be in charge of Hamas activities in the central Gaza Strip, and was stated to be a part of the creation of the group's joint operations room. However, the UN Human Rights Office has decried reports of the civilians being killed while fleeing to southern Gaza. Spokeswoman Reina Shamdasani stated that appalling reports that civilians attempting to relocate to southern Gaza were struck and killed by an explosive weapon must be independently and thoroughly investigated, as must all allegations of serious violations of international humanitarian law. However, more than 2,700 are now dead, with approximately 9,700 wounded and 1,200 trapped or buried underneath the rubble, according to Gaza's health ministry. 2/3 of those reported killed were children. Paramedics as well were killed in airstrikes on October 16th when Israel attacked the civil defense headquarters in Gaza City. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that, "We are not just fighting our war, we're fighting the war of all civilized countries and all civilized people." Although Israel troops have gathered at the border for the expected ground assault, there has still been no decision made yet on it, according to Lieutenant Colonel Richard Hecht. However, Iran warned that should Israel launch their ground offensive, that it may enter the war. In other news regarding the war, it was reported by Iran's foreign ministry that Hamas is potentially ready to release the near 200 hostages they have, contingent on Israel halting their airstrikes on the Gaza Strip. However, Hamas itself has yet to acknowledge making this offer. According to the spokesman for the Iranian Foreign Ministry, Nasir Kanani, Hamas stated that they are ready to take necessary measures to release the citizens and civilians held by resistant groups, but their point was that such measures require preparations that are impossible under daily bombardment by the Zionists against various parts of Gaza. It was also stated that Hamas would trade the hostages for thousands of Palestinians that are being held by Israel. Speaking of other countries potentially taking part in the war, Lebanon is currently trying to ease tensions along the southern border due to Hezbollah's consistent actions against Israel. While the government of Lebanon is critical of Israel, and remains so, it was reported that a new war would further devastate the economy in Lebanon and put the lives of 6.5 million people at risk. However, Hezbollah, the Lebanese militant group, continues to raise tension. On October 16th, it was reported that the group destroyed Israeli surveillance cameras for several Israeli army posts along the Lebanon-Israel border. Hezbollah itself also reported that its fighters have targeted 5 different Israeli posts along the aforementioned border later that day.